I like my new mug. This is my early Father's Day gift. It's the best. His name is Henry, apparently. Henry. Henri. So, this is just going to be a talking video. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But there's just some stuff on my heart that I need to get out there and talk about, and just something I wanted heard. Y'all have food. Good. So I tried to shoot this once already, and things just kind of kept getting on my nerves. Like, I don't know, the rooster kept crowing, the cars keep driving by. I'm trying to concentrate. I'm trying to be in the moment, be here, and it's just difficult. Sometimes you ever just get super annoyed with what's going on, and you're just like, forget it, I'm gonna take a break, come back to it. What's going on? So, this is a little different. We're in my truck. I've got y'all set up like you're in the passenger seat. And you are in my passenger seat, actually. Right now, I'm going to get milk from Jess. I'm actually stopping at Cass and Jeremy's place to pick up their jars to return to Jess, and then I'm going to take it all to Jess and get me some more milk. Start with that. I have literally tried to make this video all morning. Oh crap. I need the gate open. And it has been extremely hard to concentrate because I was in the garden. I don't know. You ever get those times where it's like everything just annoys you? Everything, every little thing. Like even Drake. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you've seen Drake. Drake, my lab. Even him drinking water next to me was just like, it would just bother me because I was trying to get my words together about what I was saying. So sometimes it takes for me to be able to just talk and do my thing. I gotta be by myself in a place where I am doing absolutely nothing. Right now I'm just driving. And that is something, of course. I can concentrate. It's no different than talking to like a friend in the passenger seat, right? I'm not holding the camera. That's so. The reason for this video, Charlie and I, we have a podcast. More on homesteading, and we have the opportunity to speak at an event this weekend coming up. Just to talk, okay? I am unable to attend it because my best friend passed away this past weekend, and so I will be at his funeral. And what I was gonna, we were having a hard time figuring out what we wanted to talk about. We were like, okay, so what are we gonna talk about? And I was thinking that, yeah, we could start with a funny story or something like that, and then move into something a little bit more serious. And so I want to talk about that, anyways. But the fact that my friend had passed away kind of led into it a little bit as well. And the fact that, why is it so hard for us to be real on camera, on Instagram? Like, of course you want to see the good stuff. You want to see the beauty and things like that. But like, sometimes you just need the real. I want to connect with you. Because I want this to be a friendship. One of the reasons I kind of started YouTube and stuff was because I needed an outlet to be able to talk. Like, I always felt alone. And that's what makes this hard with my friend passing away, is because he was such a great person and a great friend. He was like my brother. Now, I do have a brother. I'm not saying it, that my brother's not good. But you just have those friends that are like family. And he loved my children like family. He was Uncle Dean to Zoe and Wade. He was there for both of their births. He's babysat them before. Like, he was everything. And so now I feel even more alone, because he was the guy that you could talk to. Now, it kind of got a little, we didn't talk as much closer to this past few months, that he was going through a lot of things. He had kidney disease, and he was basically diagnosed with that whenever Zoe was, a little after Zoe was born. He had been going through that, and then he ended up having to have a surgery on his brain, and there were complications, and he ended up passing away. And so these past few months, there's just been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things, so it's been hard. He would watch my videos, so he knew like what was going on and stuff. But the hardest part is the fact that like no one prepares you on how to be strong for your child, who is 9 years old, who is now understanding what death is. Like I said, he was Uncle Dean to them. Zoe is 9. She understands what happened. Yo, kind of fell on me over here. We're back on a pretty decent road now. I had to take a break there, again, it's a rough road. Didn't want to shake all around too much. But what I was saying is like, no one prepares you. Like, he was my best friend, and I'm upset. I'm gonna miss him. Chastity is the best friend of his wife, and honestly, she has it harder than I do, because she's mommy, you know. So Zoe's gonna look for mommy, but she also has to be strong for Kristen, his wife, because, you know, she needs to be there for her. And the reason I'm saying this is because it's like everybody is so put off by being vulnerable a little bit. The reasoning, and this is getting back to what we're going to talk about at the event, what I want to talk about at the event is like about being real, is the fact that like, now I'm not saying you got to put everything out there. I'm not saying, you know, open yourself up fully. Of course, you need to have some of your own self and your own dignity and your own things to yourself. You can't just be putting everything out there, you know. But I mean, like, the fact is that if there's something bothering you, if there's something that you feel like you want to talk about, don't be afraid to talk about it. Like right now, this is a homesteading channel, right? But there's other times where I've had conversations with you about being positive and things like that. That it's not necessarily homesteading, but it goes into it, because like homesteaders have this kind of like there's like this stigma of homesteading that you're alone, because you spend a lot of time on your farm, you spend a lot of time at your house, things like that. But right now it's so different, and right now it's there's such a big movement that we could build community and people don't have to be alone. It shouldn't be hard to have a conversation with somebody. It shouldn't be hard in general to pick up the phone and call someone and say, I'm having a hard time. And I'm also talking to myself here, because I have a hard time doing that. I have a very hard time. It's weird. I have a hard time opening up because I feel stupid. I feel dumb for being sensitive, but then I also am like, I don't want to hold it in. I want to talk about it. And then I'm also have the problem where I'm in my head, and after I talk about it, I'm like, wow, you're an idiot, and now you look dumb and stuff like that. And so that's my point I'm making is the purpose of our podcast was to share funny stories, or to share stories that don't necessarily make it to film. Share stories that, like you didn't have your camera on you. It doesn't necessarily have to be funny. Of course, we like the funny ones because we want that funny outlet. But I was telling Charlie, I was like, I want us to explain to people that, like, it's okay to kind of put yourself out there a little bit and allow others to see, oh, okay, it's not that bad. You don't know, you could say something and it hit a nerve with someone and help them. I was in Wilder Still, and I spoke a little bit. They didn't put the whole thing of my conversation in with Jeremiah, but I spoke a lot about what I'm talking about now, with being open and how hard it is sometimes as a man to be able to say, hey, I need help, or hey, I'm sad, or so that, because we had that persona of a man has to be strong. Well, what does strong have to do with opening up? Like, just because you open up and you say, I need help, that to me, that's strong. And I could be biased because I'm the one that sometimes has to open up and say, I need help. But it's more manly to accept the fact that you're wrong than to hold it in and act like you're right, to me. And so we want people to be like, we kind of want to turn into a podcast where we just reiterate the stuff that happens on the homestead, because we want to guide people, we want to encourage people to show the funny, show the mistake. It's like, you don't always have to cut it out. Y'all see my videos. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk on the podcast because I'm like, well, I literally just put this in my video because I'm the same way. I just sometimes this is my outlet a little bit. Of course, I have my wife and we talk and stuff, but this is my outlet to get some things out that it's hard for me to speak because I'm by myself right now, y'all. Like, you're in the passenger seat, I'm by myself. I'm talking to a camera. Jess has said it before, and like it's allowing me to get it off of my chest. It's allowing me to open up. Right now I am feeling a lot better because I'm finally able to get this out and speak. Because, touching on what I said, I feel like I have to be strong for everyone else because I have it the least hard. But I also need to be able to release my emotions. Driving right now is making it a little bit easier for me to hold in the tears because I am upset. I'm anxious. I'm one of the pallbearers in his service, and I have this severe anxiety right now about going to the viewing because I don't want to see him like this. I don't want to accept the fact that he's gone. I know he's better off now, 100%. He's no longer in pain, but I still haven't accepted the fact that he will no longer text me back or call me or see my children. And so it's hard. I just think that we all need to get off of our high horses and understand the fact that we're all human. We all make mistakes. I mean, look at me, look at the mistakes I've made. Yeah, they've actually turned out well, but like, I'm a first-time gardener, a first-time homesteader. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not gonna know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show that you're gonna make a mistake and show it. But I'm also gonna show the fact that like I turned that mistake into something better. I didn't just say, crap, I screwed up and then walk away immediately. I'm done with this. Even when it comes to filming, I have literally stopped this camera like 12 times this morning because the things were getting on my nerves and I was upset and I was like, screw it, done. But I came back to it because I needed time to cool off. So that was going to be what I talked about at the event, is just like, it doesn't always have to be perfect. You're allowed to put yourself out there. I'm putting myself out there on film often. Like, I am unable to teach you because I don't have any kind of real knowledge. The stuff I have some knowledge on things, and I do put that out there. But most of my stuff is like, I'm telling a story. I'm sharing. I'm bringing you along in my journey of learning, and I want to build a connection with you in that way of join me on my journey. I'm not saying join me and let me teach you. We're learning together. Join me on my journey. And people also need to understand that it's like you don't always have to teach. People can learn from you by you just being you sometimes. Like, I open up. I let the stupid stuff be seen, and there could be someone out there that's like, man, he really kind of helped me open up and be seen too. Like, help me open up and say, you know, I screwed up, and here's how I screwed up, and maybe you have some suggestions on how I can fix a screw up, or maybe here's what I'm going to do to fix a screw up. You know, you just never know. And so that's pretty much it, y'all. I know I actually sometimes I prepare, like I try to prepare for this talk, and I feel like I definitely had other things I wanted to say, but I don't know how to incorporate it into this. So this is pretty much the end of our conversation. Just don't be afraid to open up, let people in. Don't be afraid to talk about your feelings. Don't be afraid to say I'm sad, I'm scared, I'm hurt. But remember that there is a time and place for it. You can't. Sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you do have to just stay tough and quiet because you gotta be strong for that other person. Thank y'all for being here for me. If you watch this, but try to do better at making this like talking to a friend. Allow me to open up a little bit more. But yeah, so appreciate y'all. Catch you next one.